So the notion of TV streaming sticks shouldn't be new to anyone. Amazon are doing it, Google have their Chromecast, so it is a common commodity within our tech industry. However, Microsoft seems to be heading towards that once again. Now we know in 2016 they were planning on releasing such an item, but it got scrapped, probably due to the fact that the infrastructure just wasn't there, or most likely the demand wasn't there. Fast forward to 2020 and it seems that there is light again on the notion of TV streaming sticks, and with the power of the Xbox Game Pass leading the charge, this is becoming a much more viable option. So if you want to see more of this type of content, hit that like button, subscribe and leave a comment below letting me know what your thoughts are at the end of the video. So head of Xbox Gaming Phil Spencer has hinted the company is planning TV streaming sticks for its xCloud gaming service. In a recent interview with Stretchery, Spencer discusses the potential for additional tiers of Xbox Game Pass. Now I know what you guys are thinking, whoa, they're already increasing the prices? Well, no, not exactly. Let's get into it. So, Phil Spencer was quoted to saying, "I think we're going to see lower priced hardware as part of our ecosystem when you think about streaming sticks and other things that somebody might want to just go plug into their TV and go play via xCloud." Now this is totally possible. Xbox gaming on your mobile device works flawless if you have the internet connection for it. Considering your mobile device is also using the Wi-Fi network, if your mobile device can hack it, so will your actual TV. Therefore, such a service will more than likely be viable and actually be warranted. I for one would love a system where I could just have that plugged in and just while I'm watching something, if I'm bored, I can immediately switch over to Game Pass on my TV and stream the content I want to play for half an hour, and then go do what I need to do. The ease of use and convenience of such a thing is great. He continues, "You could imagine us even having something that we just included in Game Pass subscription and gave you an ability to stream xCloud games to your television and buying the controller." Now the standard Xbox controller will be compatible with this system, but when he says buying the controller, he just means for someone who doesn't own an Xbox platform but wants to get into, gaming as in general, but doesn't want to go and fork out £500 for a console and then all the games, and just wants to have something that's there that he can jump in and jump out whenever he feels like it. All he or she would have to do is pretty much go buy a controller that is compatible with Xbox games and then just hook it up to the TV, get Game Pass, and boom, off you go. You've got yourself there streaming a £500 console for the price of one controller and a subscription. You really can't go wrong with this model, and I really hope that they actually bring this to light, because this is actually a really good idea. And I know in 2016 they tried this and actually thought about doing it, but scrapped the idea. I really hope that this will now be a thing, and the fact that Phil Spencer is even mentioning it brings me even more to the assumption that this isn't just him thinking about it, this is him just sprinkling the dust out there to see what the opinion is before actually unveiling it. Well, Phil, I'm telling you, this is something that I would absolutely love. I've spoken to countless people and they absolutely love this idea. So if you are planning on releasing something like this by the end of the year, do it. There is a market there for it. Phil Spencer also teased about the potential for something called an Xbox Game Pass Platinum, which is a different tier of Game Pass. We already have Ultimate, this would be Platinum, and it's said to guarantee access to new Xbox hardware. So I assume this is more referring to the Xbox All Access, but if you sign up to the Platinum Edition, I guess you'll continue to pay a monthly fee, and in doing so, when the new consoles come out, you'll be guaranteed a new console, and that will just continue on, and you'll always be guaranteed a next generation console on launch. That is how I am understanding this. The article here says, Microsoft has been bundling Xbox subscriptions and hardware together in something called Xbox All Access, which is what I was just saying, which includes access to Xbox Game Pass and the latest Xbox Series X and Series S consoles. It's a bundle that Spencer is obviously keen to experiment with in the future. Now this could actually work if you're paying like a small premium towards it every month. By the time the next generations come along, you will have paid off 2/3 or 3/4 of the console anyway, and then at least at that point you're guaranteed yourself a new console. You may have even paid it all off and a Game Pass subscription, and it wouldn't have affected you at all because you're paying such a small premium every month. That way when the new console comes, it doesn't hit you smack in the face with a £500–600 price tag. You just get the console because you've been paying for it for monthly for the past 3–4 years. Now overall, I think Xbox Game Pass on TV streaming would be absolutely brilliant. Of course, this would require them to upgrade their servers because currently the mobile devices are streaming a 720p display. Now, I know some of you will cringe at that, but it is a mobile display. You really don't need 4K on a mobile. A 720p or maybe even a 1080p is sufficient for mobile devices, but that will not be sufficient for TVs. You will need to provide a 2K and a 4K resolution option, and for that they will need to do some back-end work. It's not outside of the realm of something Microsoft can do, but it is something to consider as to why this hasn't landed just yet. The memory bandwidth that will be required will obviously be higher and therefore require a bit more of a beefy internet, unless that data is coming through compressed, and if it's coming through compressed, it all depends on how good the compression is on that dongle. Then comes the actual question: how much will the dongle cost? Will it be cheap for entry? Will they release it as an app for Android enabled TVs? How will this actually work? Do you need to buy the dongle? If they allow it to be a free download on Android apps, this will mean that it's accessible to so many more people, and that opens the floodgates for Game Pass even more. I don't know guys, you let me know. I'm really excited for this. I really hope that this is actually a thing, because if it is, I will pick one up immediately and plug it into my TV. And honestly, with the kind of roadmap that Microsoft is setting itself, people are asking, with all these options, what's the point in buying an Xbox? And the answer is, it's not about buying the Xbox, it's about signing up to that subscription model. Microsoft wants you to game on their games no matter where you are, be it on your phone, your PC, your TV, your laptop, your Chromebook, anywhere that you are actively doing something. They want you to have the option of picking up a controller and gaming on that device. And that is where Microsoft sees the future, and I am wholeheartedly behind this. So those people that are saying Xbox won't sell a console, it doesn't matter. When they sell 20, 30, 40, 50 million or more Xbox Game Pass subscriptions, well, you'll find that they will be in a much more profitable position then than they are now selling the consoles, which are always selling at a loss. On top of that, that will go a long way to recovering the $7.5 billion that they invested in Bethesda. So you let me know guys, leave a comment below and I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Xbox Streaming TV Game Pass add-on. Until the next video, stay safe and remain legend.